Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Now let's get it. Now I ain't gonna lie, I gotta do a disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, no, Shiesty 4 versus drugs. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing a disclaimer. Um, this battle's being judged by somebody who is not a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let's start there. Also, is judged by somebody who has had some street experiences. You know, everybody got cousins in the street or family members in the street. So you know, at some point in your life, you end up getting involved or whatever. So I've done some street things, but I'm not a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Grateful to my granny for keeping me away from certain things and making sure that I grew up a certain way. But inevitably, I had my phase where I was running with the hooligans as well. So there's some things I understand, and then there's some things I don't understand. Like thievery was my ministry, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've been a kleptomaniac my whole life, you know what I'm saying? Like, did some robbing and scamming and stuff, but never done no drug dealing, and so, you know, I have family members who are drug dealers and family members who are drug addicts, but I have never personally been a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? Nor been a drug addict. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed this battle. I thought this was a fire battle. So let's get into it. So Shiesty goes first, round one. I'm not chess. I really went to war with niggas and I ain't throw up once. Fire bar, but I can't relate. I threw up like hell the first time I went to war with niggas. I threw up. The first time my first joint, I was throwing up, sick, sick to my stomach. I was in bed for days, just hurt. You know what I'm saying? One of my mans that was a street dude that got into it, and so we went to go retaliate. And that experience was just it shook me to the core my first time because it's like anyway, we're not gonna get into all that, but that bar was fire. You know what I'm saying? If you ask the family what I do, they're gonna say White Castle Burger. I'm a slaughter, crazy. You know what I'm saying? I love that line because you know what I'm saying? Not everybody is contrary to popular opinion. Not everybody's a shooter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has it. There's the drug dealer. There's a dude that gets the bitches. There's a dude that's the shooter. There's a dude that's the getaway driver. Like everybody has something. And then there's a dude that grew up in the hood that go to school. That was me, you know what I'm saying? Go to school and do right. That so it's like, you know what I'm saying? There's everybody has some role that they play. So I like that line. You know where to find drugs. I find your low from a junkie. Crazy. I thought that was mad creative. As soon as I bust through the door, the bitch said, take drugs, but leave the money. I love that double, clean double, super fire. Selling frosted flakes to Uncle Tony gave us real stripes. Lord, Lord. Actually, my family members definitely sold drugs to our family fiend. Um, and it was heartbreaking to see. It actually made me like I had a strong dislike for drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Like the shooters and the robbers and them niggas, I looked up to them niggas. I thought them niggas was cool as hell. But the drug dealers, they just did so much dirt. And my cousins, you know what I'm saying? And I still love them, they're my family members, but I always thought it was so foul, like, "Damn, you really selling drugs to our uncle, like, you really making him a fiend, like, look at him, Uncle Johnny." Um, Sorry to put Uncle Johnny business out there, but yeah, like, come on, man, this look crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I always had, like, a disdain for drug dealers, so I thought that bar hit. You know, the thing I love about Shiesty is the real rap, like, everything he raps about is not, like, the most punchy, most layered stuff, but it's things you can relate to if you grew up in a certain environment or around a certain environment or know of people that grew up in that environment. A lot of that stuff is just real rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting off topic, but I knew how I was gonna do this breakdown. So I'm finna talk in between these lines. But selling frosted flakes to Uncle Tony gave us real shot. I thought that was fire. Super crazy. I'm the one you should fear, bro, because I lie, I cheat, I steal like Eddie Guerrero. Fire, very fire, very fire. I like Shiesty's first, man. High energy, great delivery. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I liked it a lot. So then Drugs goes, and his delivery's a little bit off. Maybe he was just like, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Like so much happens before a battle that like by the time you get to the rapping, sometimes you're a little tired, your energy ain't where it's supposed to be. But he has some stuff in the first. So Drugs goes, ain't you trying to find the face of your league? Why would you put Shiesty on? That's mad funny. Face Shiesty. I thought that was fire. I slid in a Chrysler 300, but he looked like he seen a ghost. Crazy. I thought that was crazy. I'm sorry for butchering your bar truck. I slid in a Chrysler 300, but he looked like he seen a ghost. Crazy. Like, you know, they talk about the ghost pulling up next to the 300 and the car's looking different, and then him looking like he seen a ghost because he pulled crazy. I thought that was super crazy. That would have broke the building. Drugs had a few bars in his battle that would have broke the building anywhere else. I thought that one specifically broke the building. Um, Up at 4 like an insomniac, fire. I rap, shoot, and beat bitches on Miles Bridges, crazy. A stranger gonna get their money taken, but you gonna be trying to find your balance back. I thought that was tough, tough, tough. Drugs was rapping in his first, but you know, Imma keep it tall, I edge Shiesty. I edge Shiesty, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But it's a close round, so I could see somebody saying I prefer Drugz material, but overall, I just edge Shiesty in the first. Imma keep it tall. So then we go to the second round. Shiesty goes, "You ever seen a junkie scratching at the door like it was life or death, and the same shit he bought, he died from it?" Actually, yes. I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but yes, I have seen people die from the drugs that they purchased, and that it's a crazy thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. That like, even though it's a simple bar, that's heavy. That's very heavy. And like, we really been through trauma. When you think about it, all black folks should get free therapy because we really been through trauma. Even if you didn't directly do things, you seen things that are extremely traumatic. Like we grew so desensitized to death because we seen it so much as youngins. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, that's such a heavy bar. It's not like the world's most punchy bar, but it is heavy. That's heavy, man. That's yo, like I said, real rap. Shiesty got that real rap, and he really he figured that style out real well. We made so much chicken off that raw, we could have caught salmonella. I thought that was mad funny. He still picked the money off the floor. That was a bigger punch in the face. That whole setup was wild. You lost 2-1 to the judges, gave me 12. I guess you lost 2-1. The judges gave me 12. I guess we both got a problem with justice. First of all, I had drugs beating justice. I don't even know where that came from. But if you did have justice winning, this is a crazy bar. So I like the concept, but I disagree. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna beat your BM ass because she was in Trufo inbox. Y'all know we keep it real. Y'all know we keep it real on this platform. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to get into people's business. That's not my thing. The bar was crazy and it kind of took a left turn. Like I was just like, oh, I'm gonna have to speak on this. So I'm not gonna speak on other people's business, but I will say, yo, Trufo sniped the girl I had a crush on. You know what I'm saying? While I was with another girl. Before I settled down and started a family and all that, I was out here wilding. I'm not gonna lie. But a girl that I'll probably always have a crush on this girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but Trufo sniped. And I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember thinking, damn, son, he got her before I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to respect it because I was with a shorty at the time as well. So it's like, I can't be that would look crazy to be like, hey, I know I'm with you, but I'm kinda heated that he got to her first. Like, what? What? Anyway, but Trufo is a sniper, so he probably gonna be so mad I say this. You're gonna be like, yo, why you always talking about that? You're a sniper, brother. And now it's in the round, so we could talk about it. You're a sniper. Salute to you. I'm a sniper too. The game is the game. You gotta play the game fair. Sometimes niggas snipe your joint, you sniping up. The joint that I was with was somebody else's that I was sniping. So it's like I can't even get mad. The game is the game. The shorty I was rocking with was somebody else's shorty at the time, and I was sniping. So Jufo sniping a joint that I wanted to eventually see what's good. It's the game. The game is the game. But I'm out the game completely now. I'm a married man. I settled my family and all that. So, but at that bar, when I heard it, I was like, oh, oh, snipers out here sniping. This is gonna be the wildest review of a battle ever. But I'm gonna always keep it real with y'all. Y'all know what's up. Um, I know how to turn soft to hard, and I can turn hard to a liquid. Okay, so if you watching this, I need y'all to explain this to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the soft to hard, and I told you I never sold drugs before. So I called up niggas I know that sell drugs. And I asked them, yo, the first part I understand. I know how to turn soft to hard. Okay, you cooking crack. I get that. I've seen it. I've been around it. The smell is putrid. If you've ever been around somebody's cooking, it's disgusting. It's just we're getting off topic, but I got the first part, but I didn't understand that I could turn hard to a liquid. So in the comments, what does he mean by that? Hard to liquid. So is he turning crack cocaine to something liquid? Like I didn't understand. Hey, I don't sell drugs. I've never sold drugs. I didn't understand the second half of that line, but it is what it is. So drugs goes round two. I saw 411, and that was all the information that I needed. I thought that was crazy. This is another one of those bars that would have broke the building somewhere else. It would have broke the building somewhere else, but it did not. Uh, Nigga like him is the reason people can't have nice shit. It's simple but true. Look at Shiesty. He tell you he a Shiesty fucker. 100% he's the reason. They're mad funny. Soon as the shooting guard tried to backdoor ice pick, thought that was fire. If you're familiar with basketball terminology, ice in the pick and roll, like I'm not gonna fully explain it, but that's what it is. Ice in the pick and roll. And so it's like just like, if you didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? I thought that bar was fire and creative. Papa Foe, I'm Darth Vader. Star Wars nerd here. I'm a nerd. I love Star Wars. I love all the nerdy shit. I'm a nerd. And that bar was crazy to me. Papa Foe, I'm Darth Vader. Oh! Somebody should have grabbed this shirt. Building should have shook. Like I said, there's a lot of bars Drugs had that was just like, yo, y'all not going crazy for that? That's crazy. Um, I could hit a corner faster than Pinky Driver, another crazy one. Super dope flip on a four corner concept. He gonna be ruthless like The Sims, and this is a home game. Home game Sims. You build like, come on, that was crazy. Crickets. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just trying to hustle, brother. Black Sand, fire. Taking everything foe got on hand. That's a Simpson. You know, the Simpsons have like 4 digits on their hands. Like crazy. And then he had a couple traps. 100. Look, I had Drugs getting the second. You know what I'm saying? I think he got the second clear, for being honest. So y'all know I hate it, but this is really what it was. 1-1 going into the third, 1-1 going into the third. I hate that, but that's what it was. So now round three. Hey, Shiesty turned all the way up. He unloaded the clip. And I'm gonna be real. He may have rapped a little bit over the agreed time limit, but y'all know how I go in battle rap, man. If you're gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying, one person going over the time, if that's like a penalty, then a lot of battles are gonna get called differently. But Shiesty Foe was wilding in the third. He was wilding. I wrote all of them down. Like, you worried about the foes, but it's probably one of the folks that'll do it. I'm committing treason. I thought that was crazy. The foes, four corner, he's a four corner hustler. The folks, I'm not gonna get into gang politics, but that was a crazy bar. If you understand, you understand. The bullets in the FN look like a black and mild. I love guns. Love guns a lot. And the FN bullets are big as hell. Big as hell. Saying they look like a black and mild is mad funny. It's a funny comparison. Uh, Now when I say I smoke you, that's actually wild. I thought that was a fire follow-up. Hungry Israel and Iran because you're getting bombed on. He had a whole scheme about that. Now let's keep it tall. Israel and Iran definitely getting bombed on, but Hungary I had to look into a little bit. You know, Hungary is a country. Some of y'all might not know that. So and I was gonna call them out and say, yo, Hungary ain't getting bombed on. Hungary not even involved in the war. And but here's the thing: Hungary and Ukraine border each other, and on the border, in the border towns of Hungary and Ukraine, there's actually Russia strikes there as well. So technically his bar is actually accurate. I don't know if he knows that, but Shiesty, that bar is accurate. I was gonna call you out for saying Hungary not getting bombed up, but they are. They are. Even though they're neutral in the war, their border towns to Ukraine definitely getting bombed on. I know that because my father's in Ukraine. My stepfather's in the Ukraine right now, working with the government and working with the American government to try to resolve the war. And I actually don't know what my stepfather does all the way. But every time there's a country that's at war or something like that, he's always getting called by the government to go in there and figure some stuff out. Very suspicious. We're not even gonna get into all that. But let's move along. But yeah, so that Hungary, Iran, Israel, fire. Very fire, Shiesty. Uh Attack and Drugs, Shiesty did it. Y'all gonna have to get it back in blood. Fire. Love that. After you pull the trigger for the first time, you grow up. Yes. Yes. I was 14 going on 15, might have been 15, first time I ever shot a gun. And 100% in those environments, it definitely grows you up. It definitely changes you. Um, I don't know if y'all remember, Prodigy from Mobb Deep had a bar. I was heavy, like my little thug phase. I was heavy on Mobb Deep music, and Prodigy had a bar. He said, uh, he shot his first gun. He said, I couldn't even look because the loud sounds used to scare me. I was the first time I heard a gun go off and it was in my hands, I was terrified. Crack! It like soul shattering. Look, I could go on and on, but my point is that the real raps and Shiesty Foes raps is just real. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just the realism. That is just it's not it don't be real like heavy punches or haymakers, but it just be heavy real raps and it's real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really shiesty and with this 30, I could get out of any contract. Hey, it's too soon. It's too soon to be making jokes like that. What's wrong with you? Out of line. As soon as he show me there's some bricks in the bag, I'ma Mitch his ass. Mad funny, mad funny. Y'all know Mitch. You got the 14 bricks on you right now? You know what I'm saying? Love that, love that. I'm a foe, he a crip. That's like a four loco, and two of these will get you. I love that bar. I love that bar. I love that bar. That was very clever and funny. Shiesty dumped the clip in the third, man. I think Drugz' third was really short. He had a couple crazy joints here too. Drugz said, all these motherfuckers Uber jokes till a nigga take his last ride. Crazy. I thought that was crazy. and it's nickel plated. That's a jukebox. Nickel plated. You put a nickel in it. Oh my god! What? What? Although, is it a nickel in a jukebox or is it a quarter? Not the point. Nickel plated, plated. I thought that's a fantastic play on words. Very crazy bar. Very crazy bar. Again, not enough reaction. Um, so if it's one for all and all for one, then your family must get tears. Must get tears. Yo, listen, I'm a reader. I'm a reader. Big shout out to Alexander Dumas. He wrote the Three Musketeers. He also wrote The Man in the Iron Mask. Phenomenal writer. You know what I'm saying? And all one for one is the Musketeers. Uh Y'all know I speak French, so let me pronounce the names in French. Athos, Porthos, D'Artagnan, and there was one more. There was one more. Damn, I'm forgetting one of them. Damn, all that showing off and can't remember all. Anyway, Musketeers, fantastic. Must get tears, Musketeers. I thought that was fantastic. I used to love the Musketeers when I was a kid, so that's a great bar right there. Again, one that would have gone crazy somewhere. The creativity that Drugs has is just limitless. You know what I'm saying? I'm in full spot for the Coke like a cup holder. I will beat Flo ass like the Silver Surfer. Funny as hell. But it was just a short round. It was, and Shiesty Fall dumped the clip in the third. You know what I'm saying? So Shiesty Fall versus Drugs. I got Shiesty Fall first and third. If you feel differently and you got Drugs first and second, I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? This is valid. You know what I'm saying? So to the sponsors cut, Shiesty Fall versus Drugs. I got Shiesty Fall round one edge and round three clear. Shiesty Foe is a great talent. He's very unique. Heavy on the real raps, not too heavy on the haymakers and stuff, but it turns into haymakers and punches because of the delivery, because of the setup and stuff like that. But the thing I like most about him is the realness of his content. Um, I got some interesting matchups that I want to see from him. I want to see Shiesty Foe and Breezy Will. I think that's a nice little, you know what I'm saying, joint. I think Shiesty Foe and Swervo would be crazy. He has TOSBL, so he got to continue to have those wars with the, you know what I'm saying? And then also want to see Shiesty Foe versus Arsenal. Shiesty versus the disrespectful one. I think that was crazy, you know what I'm saying? I really like Shiesty Foe, man, and I think he's figuring it out. I think he's really figuring out, like, how to really service his style, you know what I'm saying, in the battle rap setting, and, he's just getting more and more lethal. Every time I see him, he's getting more and more lethal. Yeah, big shout out to Shiesty Foe. Congrats on your win, brother. Uh, Y'all know we the fans is for the culture always. Love this battle. Sorry if I talked y'all ear off, but I really enjoyed this one. Big salute to y'all. Congratulations, Shiesty Foe. Keep cooking. Keep stepping into your greatness. You figuring this thing out, and I'm proud of you, bro. Keep cooking. And salute the Drugs. You have some bombs, bro. In a different setting, maybe these bombs would have been received a bit better, but I thought your writing was very, very good, and you had some joints that were extremely creative. Super proud of both of y'all for putting on, you know what I'm saying, for the culture. Big salute.